Well, gentlemen, ladies, and everybody of the U-Boob world, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to JJ's PC Build. You know, it's JJ with you once again. First time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell. We are starting just a tad bit early because I want to make sure my camera is all sorted out. You guys ain't gonna believe what I had to do for that. This right here was my whole goddamn problem. All I had to do was plug in another one. Hopefully I don't freeze and everything goes nice and smooth through the stream and we have no problems. You know, I'm still waiting for some of y'all to start getting in here and getting your drinks and getting your snacks. Look, I got a biggie today. 1 liter. I had to be prepared. You guys are gonna wear me out in this one. This live stream, you guys are gonna wear me out. Trust me. But I'm gonna give everybody time to get in. I know Mr. Machine's still at work and he's gonna be coming home soon, so don't worry, Mr. Machine. We're gonna be online when you get home. And also too, I seen Mr. MTBK and all the Good Time Gang from Discord. I know they're gonna be showing up here as well. So, and yes, you guys noticed I'm starting to grow some hair back. I'm starting to grow my hair back a little bit. Don't know why, but I'm starting to grow my hair back. Hey, Cyborg, good to see you, good to see you. You know, before we get started, I had somebody, okay, listen. I had somebody send me an email. I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not going to throw them out on Sesame Street. You know, I'm not going to throw them out there on Sesame Street. Even though PBS was canceled. Don't take it to heart. It's all good. We all grew up with Sesame Street. So, here tonight is going to be Sesame Street. For the simple fact, I'm going to get to what I was emailed. Fucking YouTube. Sorry, guys. I got a little bit of language in here. Why is the internet running so slow? It's YouTube. Upload speed is way down. That's not right. logo. I'm still working on it, guys. Bear with me. I have never ever had this kind of problem with YouTube. Let's see if there's anything I can do to make it better. See, this is the reason why I started the stream early, is because I figured something goofy was going to happen with YouTube. I knew something was going to happen with YouTube, so I knew I'd have to start it early. Okay. I had to speed up. The frame quality is going to look like crap. Probably going to sound like crap too. Okay, now it's telling me please use keyframe frequency for 4 seconds or less. Open widget. Please use keyframe frequency for 4 seconds or less. Currently, keyframes are not being sent often enough, which causes buffering. And now it just went back to excellent. Just went back to excellent. Okay. Let me see what it looks like on my And guys, I know the stream starts at 8 o'clock. This is the reason why I'm doing this now, is to get everything in order. I still got 5 minutes though. I still got 5 minutes. Don't look half bad. I bet you any money it's YouTube screwing with shit. I guarantee it, it's YouTube screwing with shit, guys. Now let me see if I can up the resolution. Put it in good quality. Okay. I changed it to a good quality. Let's hope we stay stable. But some ain't jiving right. Something is not jiving right. Okay, back to the story. Let's hope we can continue this with no problem. I told you guys the last time, before we went into this YouTube staboggle, hopefully we don't go back into it again. Hopefully we'll have a nice, decent stream all the way through. Hopefully. Okay. I had a YouTuber, not going to say who it is, email me. Said, Jay, your mic really sucks. And I text back and I said, what do you mean? Said, well, that mic is so old and so ancient, you probably can blow on it and it would fart dust. Said it's time for you to get a different microphone. That's what he said to me. I need to get a different microphone. So, guess what? I got one. It's a universal microphone. It's a universal dynamic microphone with an extra adapter. And guess what? $4. It's a karaoke microphone, but it has good dynamics with it. It's got really good dynamics. Hopefully you guys can see that. So it's got really good dynamics. Hey, I'm TBK. Good to see you. So, next time, I'll be talking with this. And I'll put my little arm over here, attached right here. I'll put my little arm over here and have it shoved in my face with a big sponge in front of it. Looks like I'm eating the damn thing. That's one of the reasons why I never put one of those studio microphones. I did one time. For $40, that crapped out on me. For $40. And this, $3. There's no extra special plug. It's all one cord piece. It's a dynamic microphone. See, there's 3 different type of microphones. One is a piezo kind of diamond type. You got dynamic, and you got, what was it? I know the answer to this. Analog. Basically, this is an analog. This right here is an analog microphone. That's it. Just analog. This is dynamic. And the other one that I got from Temu, which that was a big mistake. $40 microphone ain't worth shit. Sorry, stuff. I mean stuff. Don't quote me on just stuff. Stuff. Yes, I don't have any big prompts or everything. It's just stuff. Okay. Hopefully I kept you guys entertained for long enough. I'm checking to make sure we're stable. And don't forget your drinking snacks. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Even though that I run the worst crap that you can run on YouTube to make videos and do live streams, at least I'm showing the public you can do it with crap. That you can put something together that's affordable for you to get out there and make YouTube videos, which is not hard. Plug in OBS Studios. Make sure you got a big enough hard drive. And there it is. It's not hard to get out here in YouTube. I'm just using the crap of the crap. I had to replace the cord on my camera. That was causing one of my problems. Right here, I was trying to plug in my camera because I have to unplug it every time. But now that I pulled the battery out on it, I could just leave it plugged into the computer. Now that I pulled the battery out of it, it's got no SIM card, no battery. It's just directly plugged into the PC. You're kidding me. Not again. Hopefully you guys can still see me, because obviously I got the wheel of death. See? Wheel of death. Let's see. Yeah? Alright. Okay. Before I get into the problem of the problems, let's get into why we're here today. And I'm sure Mr. Machine would be home by now anyway, because he works hard, and you know he sponsors the channel just like MTBK, Cyborg, and all you guys. You guys are great sponsors of the channel. Even though some of those companies don't care about the channels, you know, the small guys. That's a story for another video. Okay, let's see. Can I breathe? Breathe, breathe, breathe. Okay, let's see if I can get this going here with no problem. Obviously, no. Okay, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to put you guys on the action screen. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put, not that, we don't need that there. We'll put that there. All right. Now, let's go to NVIDIA drivers. Okay, GeForce drivers. Make sure you can pick it right here. Manually search for your drivers. 40 series for me, 4070, Windows 11, and where it says download type, you can leave it at all for studio drivers or game drivers. I just need Game Ready drivers and hit search. Then what pops up? The latest drivers, 581.0.08, which I already got it installed, been running ever since they launched. But let's look at some of the release highlights. Game ready for the latest NVIDIA app features. This new Game Ready Driver provides the best gaming experience and support for the introduction of the new features within the latest NVIDIA app beta release. Listen to what I just said. NVIDIA app beta release. When are they going to give us the end user? I found that little snippet and I'm thinking to myself, why are we still on beta with NVIDIA app? Can anybody explain that to me for a moment? Anybody? Anybody got an explanation for it? I don't have one. And don't forget about your 9070 XT if you got one of those new high-powered connectors. You might want to start checking it. Rumor has it one caught fire. And it's not a rumor. Everybody says, that boy, what was it? He was using a 750 watt power supply and he needed an 850 watt power supply. That don't matter whatsoever. If he was going to pull over the maximum amount of power, then guess what? That power supply would have shut down before that happened, before it caught fire. And believe it or not, a 750 watt power supply going to catch the 12 volt high power on fire? Really? 750 watts. And it wasn't even pulling, not even 355 watts. That don't make sense. So obviously now AMD has a burner. NVIDIA's got a burner. Guess what? They need to get rid of that 12 volt high power and just go back to the 8 pin. End of story. They should just go back to the 8 pin and be done with it. Because they cannot make a connector that won't stop catching fire, then there's a problem. Maybe because the manufacturing of that connector is all wrong. Maybe they shouldn't 3D print it. Maybe they should mold it in hard plastic that's high temp. Maybe they should do that instead of cheaping out. Again, they're relying on this company that makes these connectors. Cheaping out. And this is what's going to happen. I will stay with my 8-pin connectors until NVIDIA AMD give this company the big finger and they go to somebody else that knows what they're doing. Because obviously this company that they're using doesn't know what they're doing. And we're going to investigate that sooner or later and find out what company they're using, and we're going to announce it to y'all. Because the company that they're getting the connectors from, they suck. I just call it as it is. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. Gaming technology, support for global DLSS, overrides, and NVIDIA Smooth Motion supports GeForce RTX 40 series GPUs. Okay, so the fixed gaming bugs. Cyberpunk 2077 crashing using photo mode. I don't use photo mode. Taking a screenshot with path tracing enabled. Marvel Rivals, negative performance impact when using the 580.88 driver. I don't play Marvel Rivals neither. Forenza Motorsport. Game crashes if using smooth motion while bringing up NVIDIA app overlay statistics. I don't use those neither because I use MSI Afterburner. Gray Zone Warfare. Game stability issues. I don't play that game neither. Ark, survival. Is that survival ascended? Game stability issues. I don't play that one neither. So, yeah. Fix general bugs. Potential memory leak when using NVIDIA hardware encoding. Oh my God. I wish I would have read this. Because I'm using the NVIDIA hardware encoding. Well, actually, I'm using AV1 NVIDIA, not the hardware. That means the H264 or the H265 running it with NVIDIA, they're having problems. That would explain the fact of the going from OBS using H264, which this one does, with NVIDIA, and shoving it to YouTube for a live stream. I'm going to have to make sure that that stays on AV1 encoding. Because obviously using H264 with NVIDIA hardware encoding isn't fixed. Power cycling monitor can result in monitor flickering when NVIDIA app is installed. Never had that happen. NVIDIA app game filter issue after driver update. Haven't had that happen neither. And it gives you all the supports and stuff. This is from their website. And we all know the extra information. We don't have to put that out there. So, let's hit that on that since we've already read that. Let's minimize that. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. I forgot to do something. That's what I forgot to do. Turn that off. Okay, so looking at what they're saying is that AV1 encoding is a H264 with NVIDIA was a problem. It looks like it still is a problem because obviously I don't know why OBS keeps going back to H264 NVIDIA encoding when I start live streaming. It should be staying on AV1. That's what I selected. Obviously, it keeps going back in that weird direction. So I'm going to have to figure that one out. Maybe it's a bug with OBS that can't transmit to YouTube, and that's what's causing all this issues, saying, well, you got a problem with the internet. I just checked my internet. There's not a freaking problem wrong with my internet. I got my speed test is good. You know what? I might have the crappiest internet in the world, so we'll do it. We will chunk it up. Okay. So, we'll hit go. Even having this much download, I should not have a problem. And I know my router box sucks too. Even having this low of upload, I should still be fine. Oh, but it's choppy. It's choppy. There. That's my internet speed. Don't say I didn't warn you. I know it sucks. Okay, so. Okay, any thoughts on my internet speed? Let me know. I can't do nothing about it. It is what it is. I can change it. I had to work through 7 problems just to get live streaming here on YouTube for you guys. So, it's good to see you guys here, though. It really is. It's good to see you guys here. I got my shirt on right here. Sorry I'm late. I didn't want to come. Sorry I'm late. Okay. So we understand about the little driver. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, and this is the deal breaker for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream with the game. We're going to try anyway. But first, what we need to do is get everything all set straight. So we're going to take and we're going to open up Steam. And we're going to see if we can stream with Steam. And before I start any game, I got to open up NVIDIA app. I'll show you guys why in a minute. Okay. We're going to open up NVIDIA app right here. We're going to go to the graphics. We are going to go to global settings. I got the RTX dynamic vibrance turned off. The CUDA GPUs from the 4070. See, you guys can see it say 4070 right there. So I don't need to open up GPU Z or hardware info just to show you guys I'm rocking with the 4070. Come on, that's kind of unscathing. Okay, smooth motion is on. Now I am gonna turn it off. I am gonna turn it off. I am gonna leave on power management at maximum performance. Leave off image scaling. Low latency mode, I'm going to leave that in ultra. Smooth motion is off. DSR, I already have it set up, so nothing I can do about it. So, and that'll be that. I'll show you guys why in a minute. So, we are going to open up my library right here. We are going to open up Cyberpunk 2077. And I'm going to hit play. Oh, shit. Shoot. Sorry. Shoot. Shoot. Okay. Now, hopefully I didn't freeze. Hopefully you guys still see me. Just let me know if you still see me. I just gotta wait for the screen to switch. And pray to God it does. And it didn't. Yeah. Yeah. I got a remote. I can turn off the volume at any time. I love these remotes, you know. I love these remotes. Whoa, what do we got there? Oh, that's halfway up on the screen. Oh, wow. Okay, we'll have to fix this. And we're going to go to the settings. We're going to go to the graphics. No, the video. Oh, that's set on 1. That's 2. We want to be on 3. And hit apply. There we go. Now we're on the right one. Now we're getting. Now it disappeared. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to turn off everything and we're going to turn it on low. We're going to turn off everything. Medium, medium, low, medium, medium, medium. Low, low, low. Oh, that's medium. Low, low, low. You guys will see in a minute. Off. Low. You guys will see this in a minute. I'm testing to see. Okay, we turned everything off and we're in custom low. I know for a 4070 you guys are going to say to me, Jay, that's crazy. Yeah, I know it's crazy. So, we know. Oh my God, more errors? Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Let's try it again. YouTube is not receiving enough video. You know what? I'm about to turn off my face. I'm about to turn off my face. The reason why is because YouTube's not getting enough video. I'm going to turn my cam off. Until after the testing is done, you guys can hear my voice. There. YouTube can get enough video right there. I'll turn it back on when we get done with the testing. Bastards. Okay. So this way you guys see there's nothing kinky or anything else. We're going to run the benchmark and we're going to confirm it. And it flatlined. Don't know why. I know why. For some reason, I guess I'm not getting enough don't sound. I'm not worried about sending. Okay, so that's not going to work out so well. So, let's do something else. Let's do something else. I bet you any money we're we're going to test this theory. I'm working through this, guys. I hope you're sticking along with me. Seems like NVIDIA driver issues. This has nothing to do with NVIDIA. This has to deal with my internet right now. For some reason, my internet's gone wacky. But it has nothing to do with NVIDIA at this point. If it was a driver issue with NVIDIA, I would be having more problems. But I think I'm having an internet issue, so I might have to work around this. I might have to not be able to do the test until I can figure out why I'm having such internet issues. So, or I end up having to run the test when I do a video and then I play it back to you guys on a later date. But trust me, it has nothing to do with driver issues. I've been running this smooth motion for a little while. So let's do this. Let's just go to 3D Mark. I know you guys don't like synthetic benchmarks, or if this keeps up, then I might have to run an in-screen benchmark. You know, I might do that. Oh, stop the phone. Yeah, confirm. Stop the phone. Exit out of this. I might just do that. We'll leave that there. And we will hopefully you guys still hear me. I'm still rocking along here. Open widget. I don't know how I can go from stream healthy to error. That's just unbelievable. That's YouTube. That's YouTube shite. So we're gonna work around it. How about that? We are gonna work around it. So just all in all, treetop tall. We'll just work around it. Desktop. Let's see. Bench. Working tools. We'll see. So. There. Now we got something. How about we run at 1080p medium performance and just run it. Well, that's gonna suck. Huh. Interesting. Well, can't do that neither. Oh boy. Well, I guess we're gonna have to do something else. Okay, we'll work on something else. Let's see. We will just do MSI combustor. We will just do MSI combustor. And I don't think that's going to work, but let's see. Let's see. We'll grab that and run that. Okay. So we're running in Vulkan right now. So just to let you guys know that. Okay. Oh. Be nice to show you guys what I'm doing. So, sorry about that. Okay, let's see. Emery, good to see you. Good to see you. Fake frames. Cyberpunk doesn't need an internet connection to play this game. Well, I thought so too, but if I turn off the internet, it doesn't run. So, not unless there's a solo download that you can do, but I don't know. So, see. Hi, sir. You think smooth motion will come to 2 series GP? 2 series? Well, it came to 40 series. As far as 30 series and 20 series, that's kind of maybe not. Oh, 20 series. My bad. I got what you're saying now. 20 series and 30 series, that's kind of dropping a bucket. It might. 20 series, yeah, I got what you were saying. It's kind of a drop in the bucket a little bit. Okay, to me that's I don't know. I mean, that might be too much for those GPUs. That might be a little too much stress for those GPUs. If they do, they'll probably do from the 3080 to or 3070, 3080, and 3090, but I doubt the 3070. They might do it from the 3080 and up if they do anything. Or they do the 2060 or the 2720. It's hard to say what NVIDIA is going to do. I think NVIDIA is going to be more focused on right now. And as you guys can see, this don't look half bad. And I'm hitting over 380 FPS at around 2 milliseconds. 85-86% GPU usage. Now, I don't think this is going to make much of a difference. So, even if I hit in smooth motion, it's not going to make no difference. So, I don't think that's doing too bad, guys. But anyway, I have no idea why we were doing that. None. So, no idea. Okay. Let's do fact and fiction. Okay, the facts is this. Right now, I have to find out what's going on with my internet in order for me to do and show you guys the smooth motion testing. Don't know why it's acting this way. I can't explain it. Maybe I got a problem with my internet. Maybe they're fixing it. Who knows? It seems that when I go to, like, it doesn't matter what time of the day, I'm always seem to have a problem with it. So what I'm going to be working on is getting a new internet box. One that's going to be faster, more secure, and said and done. Because I cannot have these drops like this, and it's kind of pissed me off a little bit. But we'll get past it. Now what we're going to talk about is the good old Windows updates for Windows 11 24H2. It seems Microsoft acknowledged the fact that they're checking into, and I'm not saying they're acknowledging the fact of a problem, they're testing and checking into the situation, but they still will not acknowledge there's a problem with their driver update or their software update. And you guys know what one I'm talking about. It's the 3.8. Let me look again so I give you guys the correct information. And it's all about Windows 11, the KB 506-3878. And they got another number, the 26100.4946. And also to the KB 506-2660, which would be 26100.4770. Excuse me. Those are the two that I removed out of, Those were the two that I removed out of my computer. But what remained was the update for the 25H2. So, but Microsoft is still trying to press that software update back into my PC, which I put it on a 1-week hold until I know for a fact it's not going to become an issue. I know I can go through the long way and I can, I can take and, discontinue that update, but I want to see if Microsoft's going to find a fix for it. And as far as finding fixes, I'm just letting you guys know that Microsoft has not resolved the issue yet. So that's going to take a little time. We'll see what happens. But what other issues we were having is that we're having an issue, guys. But I hear prices are dropping sooner than expected when it comes to the graphics cards anyway for NVIDIA. But there is another rumor out there that NVIDIA is not going to release the Super Series until after the beginning of next year. They might be saving it for Computex. They might. I have a feeling. So we might see it at Computex in January. I have no idea. But that's the rumor that's going on right now. I guess they're not going to do a Christmas special. I guess they think we're all being naughty and not being nice. Who knows? But that's the rumor that's going on, guys. I figured I'd let you know right now what's happening. And there was a couple other little rumors that I was checking into. Let me see. WCCF Tech. I was checking into them before we got started and looking at the hardware news. But you guys can come along with me. You don't have to sit there on the screen alone. So we'll just come over here. How about that? And I'll just turn my face back on too. See? Boom. We'll put everything back into perspective. They get the 5500X3D delivers 13% higher multi-core performance non-X3D than its non-X3D variant in Geekbench. Let's see. NVIDIA Spectrum XGS Tech. What have you guys heard? And I want you guys to be honest with me. What have you guys heard? And I mean heard on something about hair. NVIDIA hair. I mean, I heard something about that, and I know the 40 series is not going to be able to get it from what I heard, so it's something about hair. Oh, and they launched that 800-watt GPU. I think it was what? Asus dropped that 800-watt GPU. So I don't see WCCF Tech talking about it. No, I don't see them talking about it. Got Gamescom, TSMC, AMD, Qualcomm. Let's see if they talk about it. Obviously not. So let's do this. Let's take a pop at videocards.com. New 5090. That's it. I told you we would find it. There you go. The ROG's Matrix GeForce RTX 5090. 30th Anniversary Edition. Limited Edition. The card features both 12 volt 2x6 and GC high power, so-called BTF, before they function. Supports up to 800 watts on both power connectors. 5090 cards currently available, 575, 600 watts. Seems everybody leaves that part out. Cooling is handled by Quad Fan Design. Quad Fan Design. Why don't they just say they put 3 fans on it, or one on one side, one on the other side, and 2 fans right here, and call it 4 fans? Don't get it. Never gonna get it. Up to 800 watts power input, 10% performance boost. Okay, this is gonna be a dig, guys. This is, I'm gonna dig this. Okay, you guys can get into the chat here. I want you guys to get into the chat. I want you to read that. Up to 800 watts power input, 10% performance boost. Am I missing this, or am I going crazy over this? How are you getting a 600 watt card to go up to 800 watts and say only 10% performance boost? For 200 more watts. For 200 more watts, you get 10% performance boost. Am I going crazy, or is that wrong? I mean, even their airflow and pressure boosted by 20%. At least the airflow is up 20%, but their performance is only up 10%. Makes no sense. This card makes no sense right now. Copper cooling advantage. More than 5% lower GPU temperature. But you're pushing 800 watts. And you're telling me it's 5% cooler? Even Jay's 2 cents, running his GPU at 1,000 watts, he had to use LN2. He had to use nitro cooling, liquid nitrogen, at 1,000 watts. So you're telling me that this card is more than 5% lower in GPU temperature? Am I missing something on this card? There's no way. I mean, guys, I could be a skeptic all day long, but obviously I am being a skeptic tonight. I can't see, because there's only 1,000 units made. That means you only got 1,000 out there. So, is it worth my time to really talk about this graphics card? Is it really worth the time for only 1,000 units? That's just saying the 1% crowd that got deep pockets, here you go. You each get one of them. And there's only 1,000 of them. So that means 1,000 of you with deep pockets are going to be the ones getting it. It's crazy. I don't know. I keep drinking, guys, because I'm on medication. And this is what happens because I get intensive dry mouth. And no, I'm not smoking weed. This video has been removed by the uploader. Wow. That's interesting. So, anniversary card. Quad fans. You can see right where the quad fan is. But the thickness right here, that's not making sense. And where the PCB is, right here. This is where the PCB is. Right there. So, I don't think they're going to be making any headway with those graphics cards anytime soon. There. Right in between here, they're saying there's two fans. Cut that right here. Cut it right here. And this is the PCB. Right here. This is all fluff. For 800 watts. And they said features both 12 volt 2x6 and GC high power, so-called BTF. So they got one of those connectors, and on the other side they got the motherboard connector, one that connects directly to the motherboard. I'm going to tell you, my sanity, finding out that with running a 750 watt power supply with the 9070 XT with the 12 volt high power and it burning up the plug, that was only probably at 355 watts, maybe 320, and the plug smoked. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be another issue for another day. And as you can see right here, you probably can't see it, but we'll try. Right here. And they got the slotted power here. See right here. Slotted power here. Now you can't tell me they're going to be using two of those at the same time to pull off that 800 watts. Because there is no way. Asus confirmed it shipped with a 2730 megahertz boost in 800 watt mode, which supposedly offers 10% higher performance. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry for being so skeptical, but I don't know how the hell they're going to do this that power, you got to have some serious heavy duty power connector for this. I really don't see how they're going to pull 850 watts through there. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back because, like I said, another reviewer already did the, what was it, the Asus Astral, and pulled 1,000 watts off of it. I think it was the Astral. Can quote me on that anytime soon. So, might not be too unrealistic for it to pull 800 watts. What, are you going to pull 800 watts just for 10% performance? Show and tell? That's pretty much what it is, show and tell. 10%. I mean, $80 watts per 1%. If you guys see it viable, let me know. I don't see the 5090 like this at 800 watts being viable. I would trust it if it had 8-gauge wiring, 2 big 8-gauge wires that'll pull 1200 watts easily. That I might be alright with. 2 big 8-gauge wires for 1200 watts. I might be okay with that. But as far as all those little strands only equaling up to 14 gauge total, that ain't gonna cut it. And I know 14 gauge is not gonna pull that kind of power. So, give me your thoughts, guys. I mean, hell, give me your thoughts. I really don't see it. I really don't see this right here. See what I mean? Right here. The rest of it's show and tell. Show and tell. And being like this, I don't foresee it really cooling that thing and giving it more than 5% lower GPU temperature. I really don't see it. But it's got liquid metal GPU cooling though. That's always going to save you 10%. Yeah, that liquid metal is always going to save you that 10%. I really don't see it. I really don't. Everybody's all under that, oh, well, that liquid metal is going to save you. Yeah. It didn't save me much. Guarantee that. Let's see. Yeah, they got that Noctua 5090. First Radeon user report. Here we go. First Radeon RX 9070 XT user reported melted 12 volt 2x6 adapter. ASRock Radeon RX 9070 XT Tai Chi is the first known case of a melted power cable. You guys know what cable it is. We expected this to happen sooner or later, with the stronger possibility that it would happen later. AMD has not yet officially shifted to a new power connector design yet, hopefully not. The Radeon RX 9000 lineup uses an 8-pin connector by design. But however, yeah, BTF plus 12 volt high power, or it is just a concept. Well, you know what? It's kind of looking like it just might be a concept, because if you got to use both for that 800 watt GPU, man, then why didn't they just put two 12 volt high powers on there, or three 12 volt high powers? Even if you put 3 on there, that would have been sufficient enough to run that graphics card with no problem. But no, they got to put that BTF, that back to the fake shop, or whatever you want to call it. Asus did themselves a disgrace by making that connector. Hearing that the motherboards that pulls that much power, the motherboards on the back of the traces were burning up, so they had to rethink it. Now they put it on the 800 series motherboard, the BTF. And plus then they had that what was it, that design to where you can plug in your GPU and you can pull it out without hitting that button. Hands-free, button-free design. Turned around, screwed up a lot of GPUs. That's what I heard. So, my question is, if aftermarket cables for 8-pin power connectors cause problems like these as well in its long lifetime, because like Gigabyte said, 12 volt high power can pull 375 watts safely. Hey Machine, good to see you, brother, good to see you. And you know what? You're right. The engineer from Gigabyte said that it can pull up to 375 watts safely. I do agree, and I did see that post. So I do agree with you. And I do agree with the concept of that that connector for that GPU. The concept, it should be under 355 watts. Because if we look at it, the 9070 XT is designed as a 300 watt GPU. ASRock Tai Chi reaching 330 to 340 watts. So, my premonition was 355 watts on that connector maximum, but obviously not. Looks like if you go up to 340 watts on a 750 watt power supply, 750 watt power supply, and you can burn that connector with the 750 watt power supply again. I can see that happening with a 1000 watt power supply, but I cannot believe a 750 watt power supply burnt that cable. without that 750 watt power supply shorting out beforehand or circuit breaking. Pulling that much of a load and burning that cable. But remember, you can get your platform down to 100 watts. Not everybody's running their platform on their motherboard over 100 watts. Well, mine goes from 65 to 91 with mine's only doing about 110. And I got a 750 watt power supply. And I'm pulling nowhere near 400 watts. But this is hard to believe. That's hard. This right here is hard to believe. Hard to believe this. Especially with ATX which does not have ATX 3.1 cabling, but that shouldn't matter. That should not matter. So, my 7900 XT does higher than 340 maxed out. See, there you go. I only use 1,000 watt PSU right now. I use 750. I don't have that problem because I got one 8-pin connector. That's it. Yes, on the RTX 4070, I got one 8-pin connector. But I do pull 200 watts. I'm still getting 96C on my hotspot during game, not overclocked. I hope it will last. Bro, we'll talk about that later. We'll figure something out. I'm sure it's minor, maybe just a tweak or two. We'll get it. We'll get it working right. I just can't see why the hotspot is being such sporadic on that GPU. I cannot. I'm still trying to figure that out. It could be that they shunt modded the card to pull well above the TDP. Yeah, but that would be so dishonest, though. They didn't say they shunt modded it, did they? Let's see. Let's see. No. Give that the connector is rated for 600 watts, and it's melted at 340. That's not shunt modded at 340 watts. That's what the dude's saying right here. And you can't blame it on the PSU. You can't blame that shit on the PSU, because if it was the PSU, then at such a low wattage. See, the thing is this. You don't look at the 750 watt power supply as 750 watts, because it's not. I'm gonna break this down for you. You know this as well as I do. You got the 3.3 plug on there, and you got the 3.3 volt plug, and you got the 5 volt plug. Okay, you know they take at least 100 watts and split it between the two for your 3 plug total. So that's power supply is only running at 650 watts, not 750. 9 out of 10 chances it was only at 650 watts. And everybody's saying, oh, you should have used the 850 watt power supply. Yeah, take the 100 watts off the 850, you're only using a 750. He was using a 750, it's only a 650 at 12 volts. Oh my God. So, guys, sorry, I don't know. This is just digging more dirt up on this. I'm telling you, these connectors suck because they're either 3D printed, because it's not molded high temp plastic. You know what molded high temp plastic is what they use for the 8-pin connectors. That's molded high temp plastic. I think they're 3D printing, and to be honest with you, I think they're 3D printing the connectors. Anybody want to quote me on that? That's just the feeling I got, because that's low temp plastic. That's soft plastic. I mean, when you plug it in, it'll keep its form, even if it's 3D printed. Oh, you get a limited amount of times that you can plug it and unplug it. Did that not ring a bell to anybody? Come on, guys. Take a step back, breathe, and look at what they said in the beginning to now. It's not high temp plastic. If it's high temp plastic, it would never melt unless you put fire underneath it to melt it. I mean, even a car amplifier, those connectors on there can draw 5,000 watts. They don't catch fire. What's the problem? Somebody screwed up somewhere. Somebody screwed up badly somewhere. Could it have been plugged in wrong? Number 2 is burnt. Number 6 is burnt. The problem is it's not. You know, we talked about this live on Discord. How Asus made their one GPU regulated, power regulated, power.